going on with the water. This is a part 2, so if you haven't seen the first one, you might want to go find that. But just to recap, we talked about how some lakes just disappeared overnight, and how so many places around the world are experiencing drought. Even though 2025 was dubbed the year of the flood, and it seems to be continuing this year. Just some really odd things going on with the water, which is interesting since the UN is calling 2026 the era of global water bankruptcy.
Global water bankruptcy, living beyond our hydrological means in the post-crisis era.
And at the end, I mentioned dead water. And what dead water is basically every mineral and anything natural that's in the water, especially oxygen, is taken out so no life can be sustained. It creates oxygen-deprived waters, which makes dead zones where nothing can stay alive within it. And yes, we're talking large bodies of water, but you might be a little more familiar with dead water than you think. See, certain companies can only use a certain type of water with their filtration. Any kind of mineral deposits can mess with the cooling and heating of the whole system. And the way they do that? By degassing and dissolving the oxygen within the water. Then nanofiltration and reverse osmosis to take care of the rest of the minerals. And how does all this relate to you? Have you ever wondered why so many people don't like Dasani, besides the fact that it's filtered tap water? Well, it uses reverse osmosis to filter out the water, and then it uses a thing called ozone that eventually dissipates and turns into oxygen. So they're creating dead water and then putting oxygen into it, if you want to call it that. And dead water is something the WHO even tells us not to drink. But when you have a large body of water that has dead water inside of it, creating a dead zone, things like the Chattahoochee filling up with dead fish is what happens.
The Chattahoochee River, where activists and folks who monitor the conditions in the river are raising the alarm, saying thousands of dead fish have been found following this week's heavy rain. Environmental advocates believe sewer overflow may be to blame, but city officials say the cause is still under investigation.
This kind of thing can even happen under the ice, like Silver Lake in Wisconsin back in February.
A recent fish kill. On Monday, a Silver Lake resident who regularly ice fishes on the lake contacted the DNR, saying fish had disappeared from his electronics and every minnow he pulled up was dead. The next day, DNR staff drilled holes across both basins of the lake and found extremely low oxygen levels at every location tested.
And you know what's funny? You know the little clip you just saw about the Chattahoochee? There sure has been a boom of commercial and industrial companies going there. But anyway, this dead water and this dead zones don't just happen in rivers and lakes. Also happens in the ocean.
An area of low oxygen that can harm fish and marine life near the bottom of the sea. Yikes! And there are hundreds of dead zones in coastal waters around the world. The Gulf of Mexico's dead zone is one of the largest.
Oh, and that reminds me. Did you see that China's putting data centers in the bottom of the ocean now? Crazy times, isn't it? And now that I think of it, do you hear scientists think there's a structure underneath the ocean that's fueling El Nino? It's supposed to be the worst storms we've seen since '97. I'll see you on the next video. Stay safe.